Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you, and I want to get into a pair of kicks that wasn't on my radar at all. Actually, shout out to a subscriber named Artie. He asked me my opinion of a shoe called the Oznova. I had never heard of it. I knew that starting last year, Adidas started giving us a whole bunch of different spin-offs that were kind of related to the Ozweego, and a lot of them kind of gave me Yeezy vibes. They had kind of like retro mixed with modern style, and I just really liked a lot of them. This shoe right here, as soon as I saw it, it reminded me of a very specific Yeezy, and now that I have them in hand, I am convinced this is a dope silhouette at 120 bucks. I love this pair. Stick around to the end because I'm going to try to throw them on feet, give you some sizing info and that sort of thing. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at this Adidas Oznova. All right, I always start with the box, but in this case, there's really no need to go over anything. Standard Adidas Originals box. The tag reads Oznova. And the colors on these are labeled as Dash Gray, Gray 1, and I'm not sure, maybe Halo Silver. I got a size 10. I haven't worn this shoe before, so I'm hoping that was the right call. I haven't thrown them on feet yet, but we'll see if that's the right size for me. And then here we have it. The Adidas Oznova. I think these things look so dope. And as soon as I looked them up, like I said, Artie let me know that they existed. I had never heard of the Adidas Oznova, but as soon as I looked at them and saw pictures, they immediately gave me vibes like the static 700 V1s. And once I got them in hand, they've got a lot of like, I don't even know how to explain the material. It's kind of like a TPU or something, but they've got this breathable mesh on the upper, and it has the same feel as like the MNVNs, like the Yeezys. And to be honest, I actually like these more than what I like the Yeezy MNVNs. I love this mix of grays. I love the mix of materials. You got a lot of clear TPU going back, and like I said, some breathable mesh. It's got real nice suede on the toe and then back on the heel. It's got Adi Plus cushioning, which is kind of like an updated version of Adiprene. Adiprene came out in the 90s. And all these shoes, the Ozra, the Ozweego, and then now the Oznova, they're all loosely based on the Ozweego, which came out in the 90s. And when I got my first pair of Ozweegos, I immediately thought like, wow, I think Yeezy took a lot of inspiration from these things. And now looking at this shoe, I think if you would take the Oznova off the tongue and, you know, just call it a Yeezy, I don't think anybody would bat an eye. I mean, these look very high end. For 120 bucks, I just think you're getting a lot of style, and I can't wait to get them on feet because I think they're going to be super comfortable. But like I said in the intro, I want to throw these on and give you all an idea of how they look. So I'm not going to take real long on this overview. A couple of things I wanted to point out. For one, all this gray area back here, like where it says Adi Plus, and then this cushioning that pokes through the window, it's all glow in the dark. I had it inside in a dark room last night after I opened them up, and it was glowing like crazy. So I think that's a cool touch. There's some reflective just behind the suede panel on the toe cap, and it shines really good. And there's just a lot of things that pop about these. But I like this purple or lavender kind of accent color that it has on it. I think it's great for the warmer weather, and I think it goes really well with all this gray. As you can see on the outsole, we've got some lavender or very light purple It's almost like a translucent rubber, but we've got some Adidas branding. These areas really remind me of Ozweegos, like just the shapes and everything on this outsole. But then you can see that we've got like a lighter tan for the midsole. And then, as I mentioned before, you can see all this Adidas Plus cushioning poking through, and that's all the glow in the dark. And then we've got this clear cage that goes over top of these mesh side panels. And I think that's neat. On the heel, you can see a little bit more Adidas branding and a tray foil. And then, as mentioned before, we've got this nice, really soft suede in a gray color on the toe and also on the heel. And we've got like a light lavender color for our 3 stripes, and that looks nice. The tongue is kind of thin, but it also feels really padded. And at the top of it, it's got this Oznova branding. They gave us some gray rope style laces. And one more thing I wanted to show you before I throw them on. I took out one of the insoles just to look at it, and look how thick this is. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but these are supposed to be just really comfortable lifestyle shoes. And this insole feels so soft and padded. So I can't wait to get these on feet, but I think that's awesome that they gave us that much padding for the insole. But I'm gonna hurry up and throw these on and give you an on-foot look. Okay, so here's our first look at the Oznova. They feel extremely padded and cushioned on feet, and I would say the true to size is the way to go. I do have a wide foot, but going with my regular size worked out perfectly. And they feel great. I love them. They feel very high end. I mean, they feel as good as a Yeezy does on foot. I love them. But let me know what you all think of these. I think they're dope, and I'm glad that Artie put them on my radar.